the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My name is Dave Juskow. We are not in studio today, back virtually, and so great to be here. So, I like doing it this way. I like doing it sometimes in the studio and sometimes at home. It's very relaxing here, and it's always lots of fun either way. And we've been getting really fun, great guests in the studio, and that's been super fun, and that will continue. So everything is fine. I can already see that Marcy is here and happy. We're happy to have you back. Sorry to hear about your gramps. And Angela, so nice to see you. This is the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show to promote the Comedy Cellar, which I've been able to play at for the last 2 weeks, which has been wonderful. I had my own show last week, and then last night I opened for Marina Franklin. With Nick Griffin was on the show and everything. It was another good time at the Comedy Cellar, which anybody can have a great time at the Comedy Cellar 7 days a week, 24/7. I mean, 24/7, 365 days a year. Place is always open. I think once a year they may close one of the rooms so we can have a Christmas party. Other than that, I swear to God, there's 4 different rooms. There's like 9 shows a night, and I think there's even more on the weekends. It's insane, but super fun, and every show is great. And as I was there last night and watching the people leave, they were just like, wow, that's a great show. So even though a lot of them didn't even know Marina, like they just go. They didn't know Marina was running an hour. I mean, thank God she's a professional, but they just came there. She goes, how many people know me? And a lot of people didn't know her, and they loved it anyway. And that is the best part about the Comedy Cellar, because you're seeing the best of the best. If you were coming down tonight, you'd be able to see, I got lucky enough to see Jessica Curson on Sunday as we celebrated Rachel Feinstein's kid's birthday. So that was funny. Amy Schumer was there, and Sam Morrell. It's funny seeing all these people, especially somebody like me and Sam who don't have any kids, to go to a 3-year-old party. Made sense that Amy would be there. Jessica, who has kids of her own. And Jessica is great. I got to talk to her, and I told her, listen, I saw you touring, and I'd like to come see you do an hour, or 45 minutes, whatever. I like to see a lot of my friends, because at the Cellar, you get like 15, 20-minute sets. So it's nice when somebody like Marina does an hour. I like to see them do a full show, and I'd love to see Jessica Curson perform. So I'm definitely going to go to see her when she is. But also, I saw Tom Papa last night as he did Come to Papa Live, or he's doing that tonight if you were in town at the VU, because Tom Papa is fantastic. So he is there tonight if you were at the Comedy Cellar. Otherwise, our Vegas Comedy Cellar is the wonderful Mark Cohn. Let's go into the chat room here, see where everybody is a week late. Jenny Cohn Sanchez, nice to see you. Anonymous. Great to see everybody. Great to see everybody. What did you say? I was gone last. Yes, Tom is amazing. You were gone last night to see a Broadway touring show, Fiddler. Jenny, let me tell you something about Fiddler on the Roof. My sister and I have a theory that what we'd like to do is get tickets for it and see the first act and then leave. There's many shows where the first act is. We went to see, my sister and I went to see Oliver last Thursday. I said, why don't we leave at intermission? Because look at the list of the first act, runs like a best of Broadway, every song. And the second act is all reprises. The guy like ran out of material. Now Fiddler is fun, and it's like you try to shine, and everybody's singing and dance. And then the second part, they're gonna get killed by the Russian Nazis. Who gives it? Why? What do we need the sadness for? I say we walk out at intermission. I say everybody walks out. Pippin, same thing. You don't need a second act. I've never really seen a great second act in my entire life. Hello, Liz from Canada. Thanks for your fires. We're getting them here. That's why it's hazy. Thanks a lot. Tom Papa's coming to JFL. Well, that's nice. I guess he's going to be in the New Faces. What? Oh, shit. Gabriel, the WID will never be at the Cellar again. If I was running the Cellar, well, maybe with that new McDonald's club, I can get him in. I don't know. Liz fucking hates the WID. She doesn't understand the quality of the WID. The fact of the matter is, I have to get a room somewhere where I can invite the WID to do a full performance. It is the fact that people just didn't understand that the WID is a genius at my birthday so many years ago just still makes me upset. Legendary WID is fantastic. Yeah, Anonymous. Well, I'll tell you why, Anonymous, that Broadway shows are out of control price wise. You can thank Andrew Lloyd Webber for that. I've been talking about that for years. This jerk off who hasn't written a good show since Phantom of the Opera. And well, no, that's a good one. That's a fun one. Again, I like songs with buttons, that you have endings and startings, and then he would just write kind of operas, which were like snooze fest. But the reason why your prices are so high, Phantom of the Opera, with its rowboat and its chandelier, changed Broadway forever, and then everybody's like, we got to do that. Phantom runs for 30 years. We got to make these unbelievable sets, and the stage has got to be a Harry Potter like, and we're going to go back in time and do all this stuff. And that is why your prices are so high, because everybody had to up the game thanks to Phantom of the Opera. I mean, in a good way, in many ways too, but that's why the prices are high. And here's the problem with the Doll's House with Jessica Chastain. They're charging the exact amount that they would charge for a musical, $250 to see Jessica Chastain in a Doll's House. And they have no costumes. I mean, they got costumes, but they got, they're wearing black. No sets. She sits in a chair when you walk in, and she stays in that chair the whole time. So where is your $250 go? That's individual ticket. That is not for two people. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. That ticket should be maybe $150, because we know Jessica Chastain needs to get paid, because that's why people are coming. But it's unacceptable for a show that has no music, no orchestra, you know what I mean? To charge the same price as Some Like It Hot or something, which has sets and songs, and you know what I'm saying. What about a chorus line? Well, Jenny, that's just so, I can't remember. I feel like Chorus Line didn't have a second act. I don't know, just for that, every bit of that show was so good. So there are exceptions, Jenny. I mean, I just can't remember what's the end of the first act in the Chorus Line, but I don't know. There's something to leaving after a first act of every show you've ever seen. It's funny. Even Sarah's show, as good as it is, and really good. I'm not saying it because I'm friends with her, Sarah Silverman. I'm talking about in The Bedwetter. And if it does come to Broadway, I demand everyone sees it. I feel like I'm going to work out something so we can all go together. You'll see how wonderful it is. Again, why wouldn't it be written? Fucking Adam Schlesinger is a goddamn genius. And, the guy who wrote it is a genius with her, Josh Harmon, because I'd seen one of his other plays and I still can't stop thinking about it. What was it called? I can't remember. It was Sarah and I just sat there after going like, what just happened? But you could leave after the first act, technically, just because it's funny. At the second act, Sarah's character is just like, she doesn't speak for half of the second act. So it's just kind of funny where, the first act in every play is like, wah! And then the second act always is different. So I don't know. Josh, Anonymous, Josh Harmon. Yeah, Significant Other. That's the one, Anonymous. Thank you. Yes. How great was that? Anonymous, am I lying? Wasn't that unbelievable? Anonymous? Significant Other, one of the best regular plays, not a musical I've ever seen. Totally, wow. That was so well written and awesome, and that's why this Josh Harmon is terrific, and I like him very much. And to even know him or hang out with him is high honor. And I did see Xanadu on Broadway. Gabriel, it wasn't very good. Yeah. Jenny, she's not doing the stand-up tour anymore because her special's coming out this weekend. So I don't know if, like, she was supposed to perform in Sacramento that I got my friend from elementary school in to see, and she had to cancel because her father died. And she doesn't know if she can reschedule, because then all of a sudden the special comes out and it's the same material. So I think it's cool, but there's Louis C.K. kind of changed everything. See, when we were growing up, Mike, I don't know if you were like this, but when we were growing up and we'd see our heroes doing comedy, we wanted to hear all the hits. But for some reason nowadays, everybody feels they have to do something. Oh, but I already did that on my special. Well, I like that. It's like seeing what I go to see. Billy Joel hasn't written a new song in more than he was actually active. Like in 40 years, the guy hasn't written in 30 years. Guy hasn't written a new song, and we're all good with that. So why can't comedians do the same thing? I want to hear the same jokes. I don't know. People have changed their views. I mean, I remember going to see Robert Klein once on Broadway, and I'm like, gee, I hope he does the I Can't Stop My Leg or the Little Rascals bit. And of course he did. That's what people did back then. They did the hits. Although you could look at it like, Richard Pryor never did that. Well, maybe he did. I don't know. He never was live. The movies were always, the movies have to be different. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I blame Louis C.K. Well, in the sense of, now like open micers are like, I never do the same material twice, like I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done it once.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's some bad open mics out there. There's some bad starters. But you can see when people are.
I did a show one time where one of the guys on there was, I don't listen to any comedians over 30. And he was like the worst comedian ever.
Isn't that funny
like,
when they think
mozzarella doesn't taste like anything? Like that was his joke.
Isn't that fascinating that where do these people come from where they think that's just going to be okay?
Yeah.
Like just like they're idiots. Like they don't see it. Isn't that the worst?
Yep.
Where you don't see it. It's latest episode. Alyssa said watched her latest episode about losing both parents. Oh, latest episode of her podcast. Gotcha. Anyway, did I just see Barry was here? Is that Barry Corbin? Is he here? Is Aunt Judy here?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen her.
Anyway, why don't we start with the photos Mike has? What's in the news?
Did you send me photos? I thought you did them all from your end.
No,
I didn't get an email.
Why do you keep saying that? I got mine. I sent it the same way.
Just forward it real quick and I'll have them ready.
What?
No, I didn't get an email from you today.
Why does that keep happening, Mike? I got it.
I don't know. I'm checking my spam folder. I just thought you didn't send them because
I always send it, and then you know what's funny is that I keep saying, well, I don't know whether you can access my thing, but just go into that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. Because I was going to forward it, and I'm like, I don't know whether that'll work. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. It's just it's funny because I was gonna. Oh, where am I now? I was gonna send the pictures to myself, and I'm like, no, he handles it. But it's funny that that's keeps happening for some reason.
That's the second time.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it last week.
Now, give me 1 second. Oh wait, I have 516 is the folder you last sent me.
Well, I swear there's one in there if you'll see.
No, I'm in there, and it's saying 516 was the last time you sent me a folder.
I don't know how to get it then.
Yeah.
You mean like the way we did it last time? It's not working?
Yeah, only the one from last week is in there right now.
I even got a confirmation saying it was sent, so oh well. No, I keep going to the wrong thing. Oh well. All right. Well then forget that part. And Mike a week late says Dave can't take the hint. Mike has blocked him. Okay. Why don't we do this then? I will we'll go over the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Which has now been everybody's been nominated and selected who the nominees are. Let's see how we did. How about that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen, which I assume you can see now. Yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see how we did with our friend Mike Sauter from WYAP Pittsburgh. And I don't mind telling you, he stinks. That's the second year in a row what a specialist, and he didn't do very well. So this is Kate Bush. Does anybody know the outcome of that?
No, I didn't follow it. So.
We all said she was out. Turns out she's in.
She's in.
And I say, in? Question mark. And as you can see, the Juskow seal of approval says lame. And we all get zeros because we all guessed that she would not make it. And clearly she only made it on the strength of Stranger Things. Otherwise, there is no way she would have made it. Yeah, Eliz, she might be great, which is fine, but, you know, she ain't great. You know, she's not Rolling Stones great. I'm talking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's not even rock and roll, but we can go with that a whole nother time. Sheryl Crow, we all said was in. As you can see, I said, man, she is the most righteous, most down. Running up that hill, Angela, it's like the only one we know. That's it. And the one with Peter Gabriel, which she didn't write. But anyway, the beautiful Sheryl Crow is in. We all got that right, and the tallies begin. The Juskow seal of approval says, you got that? Yeah! What's up? Sheryl Crow on her first time ballot, totally in, totally awesome. She's the best. Soak Up the Sun keeps going through my head every goddamn day. Nice, Anonymous. If it makes us happy, it can't be that bad. Missy Elliott, I said out. Mike V said in. Mike S said out. You guys said in. I say, what the fuck? But she got in. Somehow. Not rock and roll. I say lame. So Mike and the Peanut Gallery are tied at 2. Winning. Which jacket? The leather jacket? A week late. I think I might. Iron Maiden. I said out. Mike Suarez said in. Mike Sauter said out. Everybody said out. Who's right? What happened to Iron Maiden this year? They're out. And look how pissed they are there. And he's like, I'll get you, motherfuckers. Enough is enough. It's time for the Rock and Roll Hall to recognize metal. What Iron Maiden's second snub says about the institution's attitude towards music's loudest genre. I think that's the way it's pronounced. That's Rolling Stone said that. Mm-hmm. But we all gain, and you guys are up 1. And that the Juskow seal of approval is Nick Griffin having pancakes, paying no attention. Like, I really could not care less about this being in or out. That is the picture we'll be using for like whatever. I'm just buttering my pancakes. It's so funny eating with Nick because he always orders sausage and stuff and he eats it all. I don't know. It's like I just don't picture him eating like the way I do. Yeah, right, Anonymous. Now I want pancakes. I had pancakes on Monday. They had blueberry pancakes at my job, and I can't stop going, but they did not have the blueberry pancakes. I had to have the buttermilk pancakes. I'm going to have a lot of pancakes with butter and syrup. Does anybody know what I'm doing?
I don't.
I'm doing Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's right.
That girl that Bruce Willis was going on. But they did not have the blueberry pancakes. I had to have the buttermilk pancakes. I'm going to have a big stack of blueberry pancakes. I couldn't stop. I was like constantly doing it. They had tacos today. Yeah, Nick Griffin should be a meme now, right? Anyway, Joy Division / New Order, as Mike told us how they formed. I did not know that. We all said they'd probably be in because we like that a guy died and they picked up and changed their name. What were you saying, Mike?
I said, yeah.
We all said it. Well, we were wrong. Hear me out. Joy Division and New Order deserve separate Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominations. I bet you that's where the problem lies. Maybe they should have been separate. Of course, Nick says, who gives a shit? And look, they're angry there. This is them then. This is them now. Ugh.
Yeah, that's kind of like saying Van Halen should be 2 different bands. It's basically the same band, just 1 different guy.
That's an excellent point. That's nice. Nice. Yeah. But yeah, I see your point. Cyndi Lauper, we all had we're like, she's not ready. there's just too many other people. This is our first ballot, and we were correct. And they say Cyndi Lauper, and this is from the Wrestling News. So that's probably why she was out. Cyndi Lauper nominated, but fails to make cut for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Class 2023 inductees.
Yeah, that Goonies song with the wrestlers in it was the.
Yeah,
she had the same song with two different music videos.
Lou Albano, right?
Yeah.
And then, the Goonies song wasn't a wrestling one, wasn't that the one?
But the video had the Goonies kids and then the bunch of wrestlers, and it had to be continued.
Right,
but then it was just the same song again.
Spielberg, get me out of here!
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are winning. You have 4. We all have 3. We're trying to catch up. Anonymous doing a lot of the songs of the people who are going. I like it. I like it a lot. George Michael. As you can see, I was like, this is serious, people. He needs to be in. He needs to be in. He is totally underrated. His stuff after Wham, obviously, is amazing. And Angela says Eddie Pepitone had a great bit about her. That's funny. And what happened was he got in. He got in easy. You can see he's all smiling if he was alive. So, and the Juskow seal of approval said, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, you just had to have faith. She already said it. All right.
Oh, nice. And we're all, again, you guys are doing great, but we're catching up 4-5. What am I missing? What's so funny?
Oh, Scruffy's comment.
What did he say?
He's definitely out.
Oh, I didn't see. Willie Nelson. We all said in because of the Dolly Parton thing last year. We were all correct.
Yeah,
he's in. All smiles. Nick doesn't care. And we, our things, even though we got them all right, we all remain the same where the chat room is winning. Rage Against the Machine. We all said out. They've been nominated a whole bunch of times. So why should this year be any different? They obviously have some controversy. I see, always on my mind. Very good. And for some reason this year, they got in. There they are, all smiles. So we all set out. So we went nowhere. We didn't get a point. And I don't know what changed this year that they got in, but so be it. Soundgarden, I thought for sure they'd be in. Mike Suarez said out. The rest of us all said in. It turns out they're out. Mike Suarez picks up on the chat room. Soundgarden misses Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for second time.
Yeah.
Not cool.
They did not break their rusty cage.
Nice. The Spinners, I said in. The chat room said in. You, Mike, and Mike said out. What happened? They're in.
Wow.
Can you believe it? And I like it. Man, they got some good songs. That Rubber Band, man, that is a great song. And they have some other, do they do that? They do that Love Machine? I got the love machine. Is that them? What I want. I can't remember, but I know they got like 3 songs I really like. So, because I usually hate like bands like the Drifters and all this stuff, but these guys were different. I like them. I'm glad they're in. And the chat room is killing it. They got 7. I picked up a point. And now the
that was the Miracles.
Oh, the Miracles. When you hit that mic, I get confused. I'm like, there's a train coming by. A Tribe Called Quest. Oh, I said, come on, out. You guys all said in. Let me tell you something. They're out. Of course, they're out. Look how angry they are about there. Why was A Tribe Called Quest snubbed from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame again? I don't know. But now
why was Missy Elliott in there and them not? Like, that's a better question.
It's a joke.
If they're gonna pick one.
Yeah, right. Is that how they do it? They just do it like
pick one rap group.
So I am tied with the chat room. Mike Suarez is next, and our champion picker, the guy who's in the music business, is doing horribly. Classic. White Stripes. I said in for sure. This guy's beloved as a rock and roll guy. Zeppelin acknowledges him. The Edge acknowledges him as a great rock and roller, a great guitar player. Made a lot of sense. Although Mike Suarez was the only one who said they're not ready. And
I think it was also out of things.
He was right. He was right. Spinners in, White Stripes out for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class. Legendary R&B act makes the cut on fourth try. That's the Spinners. White first ballot nominees. The White Stripes are shut out. That's in the Detroit News, that's where I get all my music news from. So we're all tied 7-7-7, except for Mike Sauter, who really stinks. And finally, Warren Zevon, we all said, please, out, and we were correct.
Yeah.
And that Warren Zevon snubbed by Rock and Roll Hall of Fame despite 600,000 fan votes. So I don't know who's deciding over there, but
What's this other song?
What? Yeah, exactly. We only know one song he has, and that's the thing. Right. That's probably the thing. And look at him. He's just like, what do you want me to do?
Ruined.
What do you want from me? I got one dog looking this way. I got one dog looking this way. What do you want? This guy's going, I don't know. And there it is. Mike and I tied with the chat room, and Mike Sauter is left in the dust once again. And that is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame results. I think, are they doing that this weekend?
I don't know, but look what I found.
Oh, not that it matters. That's right. I was like, whatever. I mean, if it took 30 seconds to try, I was going to do it. So this is hilarious, right? This is this guy, Casey Rivera. He gets out of his car in California to help ducks cross the street because that's the kind of guy he was. Got hit by a car and got killed.
Oh my God.
I know. There's something hilarious about the story because it seems like it's the opening of a black comedy, like this sweet guy who's helping ducks cross the street. Some idiot, 17-year-old idiot ran into him while he was trying to help these ducks. It makes you so angry. This next one is hilarious. You need to see the video. We can't play it here. Sorry. This is Glenn Coopier. I don't know if you heard about this. He is an Oakland A's broadcaster. He got fired today. I don't know if you know what happened. Maybe Jenny Cone Sanchez does because she lives by there. I think the Ducks survived, Jenny. But this guy was talking about the Negro Leagues, that he had gone to wherever the museum for the Negro Leagues is, but he used the improper N-word when he said it. And yeah, he got fired. And when you watch the video, you could say, well, people slip up, but that slip up was really fucked up. It's hard to, I mean, if I'm going to say, I would be afraid to even talk about a Negro League player, just because, like, who wants to? Even saying that seems like it could put you in trouble. But right. I don't know how you slip with that. I mean, yeah, he does look like Jeff Daniels Anonymous. You're right. But yeah, you got to see the tape when he does it. It's so weird. It's really funny because it's just like, that's not a slip up. That's a problem, because that must be in his thought process. Yeah, I went to see those, whatever over at that museum they got over there. This Jackie Robinson, what an asshole. I mean, that's, I don't know. He's been there for years, so I have no problem with that. If you go to the next one, we love talking about this stuff. This is girls, I think they're in California. Number 2 is trans. There's a big protest talking bring back women's sports, or whatever they're doing and all that kind of stuff. The girl number 4 is doing a thumbs down. So everybody immediately thought she was doing the thumbs down that number 2, a trans person, beat her, but she was giving her mom the thumbs down that she didn't do better. And now everybody's just in an uproar. It's so horrible what's happening to these poor girls. that are just trying to get by with now men in their sport. So she's giving the thumbs down. You can't see it that well, but I promise you that's what's happening. And she's clearly just talking to her mother. I messed up. And wow, was that taken the wrong way. God damn it. So here we are again.
Yeah, that seems very out of context because she also lost to 3 other people. So.
Yeah, exactly. So she was just saying I didn't do better. Yeah, well, that's what they say. That's exactly what they say. It's out of context. That's exactly what they say. So anyway, the next picture, please. This is crazy. The Dodgers are idiots. They had like they had a Pride Day, the Dodgers, and they didn't invite this group called the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence Nuns because they're obviously insane. So they didn't invite, and they don't care for the Catholic Church. So, and they say bad things about the Catholic Church. I don't have a problem with that because Catholic Church is not too great. Not just their abortion issues, but the way they treat women in general. The Orthodox Jews are just as bad. So let's just say organized religion is meant to really keep women as second-class citizens. I've made that very clear over the years. Anyway, these people, they gave them another night where they could come back. I'm like, if you're going to cater to we don't know what this religion is. Are you really catering to the 10 people that are, like in this made up religion? You got to put a stand somewhere, either just have them come with the Pride people or just don't, but take a stand. Right?
Yeah.
It's all right. The next picture is this was as you know, the Lakers lost last night to the Denver Nuggets, which was an unbelievable game. And there is the great Jack Nicholson, who, if you go to the next slide, used to look like this. Now I guess he's given up.
Now he looks like a sweet potato.
Yes, he does. Well, remember he wrote that Monkeys movie. That's why he's with Michael Nesmith there. So, yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah, is it Jack's last Lakers season? Good question. We don't know yet. I mean, maybe he'll leave. He'll wait for LeBron to leave, and then that'll be it. He loves those Lakers, but yeah, they faltered last night at home. It was pathetic and awesome. I hate the Lakers, so I have no problems with that whatsoever. Yeah, well, I don't know whether he was hot. He was just cool. He was cool looking, I mean, I never thought of him as hot, like Brad Pitt hot. But he was damn cool. He's the epitome of cool. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that he wrote, even though it's a shitty movie, but the fact that in 1968, this guy wrote the movie for the Monkeys, that's amazing. I don't know how he worked that out. I know it's just about getting high and doing all that, like they were all getting high. Like, Jack, you should write it. Like, I don't even know what he was in before he wrote that movie. It's just, I mean, how cool is that? That is unbelievable actor. Just, they just loved hanging out with him. What?
He was in Little Shop of Horrors.
In the 60s?
Yeah, the black and white one.
Well, what year was that? Well, I mean, he was up and coming at the time. It's just you don't see a lot of up and coming actors actually write a movie.
Yeah,
that's why it was kind of cool. I need to out Juskow on his gross addiction to Coca-Cola and lemonade. Oh, well, it is a problem. It is a problem. I do love Coca-Cola and lemonade. Today oh boy, I had 2 cinnamon rolls and home fries, eggs, orange juice, coffee, a Coca-Cola, then tacos and apple juice and some and then an iced coffee. It's not going to end well for me. Anyway, let's speaking of which, ironically, I had all that today, but there he is. Right. Doctor, I don't want to use any Novocaine. Yeah, I guess that was the 60s. Was that the 60s? It was the 60s, wasn't it?
It was 1960.
Oh, 1960?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize he was. I mean, I knew he was around in the late 60s. I didn't know he was there in the early 60s. So he was already. Wow, that's weird. So he didn't do Cuckoo's Nest till 75. That's when he won his first Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did Tommy in 73, which is way cool. Actually, JWB, my cholesterol level is perfect. It's the weirdest thing. That's why I eat like that. It doesn't seem to make a difference. What am I going to say? And tomorrow is National Denny's Endless Breakfast Day, so I just upped it a day. Got into it.
Wait, tomorrow's what?
Tomorrow's National Denny's Endless Breakfast Day.
So how does that work?
Differ from the other? I don't know. I mean, we know Denny's serves breakfast all day, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's a day you should go to Denny's and maybe you get a discount. Easy Rider 69, Aaron. 69, right. Wow. And that's when people started, realizing who he was. So what did he do for those 9 years? I guess just got high and hung out with the monkeys. That's pretty good. Yeah, Anonymous. That's my problem. I'm like George Costanza. When I hear somebody talking about it, I'm just like, he's like the devil. I'll have a devil's food cake. Like that kind of stuff. I fall for it every time. That's right. I was watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch this Saturday, and there was a whole episode on where she got addicted to pancakes, and then of course I had to have pancakes.
I haven't had pancakes in a while.
I know. I stopped eating them because they're too filling.
Yeah.
But they were, making them today. It was exciting. Anyway, let's go to the slides.
Okay.
Might as well. Let's see. We'll start here. I am showing my slides now.
All right. 1 second.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll start where we were last week. We started off with the picture, but we added in the vice president this time because I think there was too much testosterone in that room. I had to add in the pretty lady. And this is another day. Remember, we showed this picture last week. I love it. I love that they're all together. It really does make me happy showing this picture that they can somehow, I don't know whether they're ever going to come together, but they're trying. That's great. That's the way it should be in politics, for Christ's sakes.
Well, Mitch McConnell looks like he's trying, like he poisons cookies. I mean,
he certainly does look like that in the way he talks. There's a person on Howard Stern who imitates him perfectly. It's really good. Right. 5 easy pieces. Yeah, she really is, Jenny, right? Kamala Harris is very pretty. Very pretty. Married to a Hebrew. This is the new Chicago mayor-elect who's hugging the outgoing mayor, which is so, again, nice to see. So I don't know if you remember, but when Mayor Adams took over, this is in Times Square. They have the ceremony on on New Year's Eve. This is in Times Square on New Year's Eve. And the mayor, who's still technically the mayor at this time, is like somewhere in the crowd. Like they didn't even let him on the podium. They just, everybody wanted that guy out, including this mayor. So it's nice to see when there's mutual love.
Could be worse. Could have handled like the mayor on RoboCop.
The first one?
Yeah.
Wait, which was the mayor? I can't. I only remember the ending when Dick Jones.
Yeah, and then the mayor in RoboCop gets voted out, so he holds people hostage till he gets his job back.
Oh, he does.
And then RoboCop punches through a wall.
That's the first one?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The second one has the black mayor who owes OCP money.
Oh, well, I remember that second one has that evil kid in it, which was so weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. Part 2 was actually better than I remember because it's like I forgot that it was supposed to be satirical. So
right. I was just watching Mission Impossible. I've been watching a couple of them lately, waiting for the new one to come out. They're really funny. They do it really good. They're
not bad.
No, they're really, really. They're a little better than the James Bond franchise at this point.
Henry Cavill, right? In the last one?
I haven't seen the last one. I
forget his name. He plays like
I'm going in order.
Brickington or something like that. But
I think the next one I'm doing is Ghost Protocol, which I guess is the last one.
Yeah.
Before this one. So this is Paul Ryan. They're unveiling his portrait at the Speaker of the House. I don't remember this guy being the Speaker of the House. Do you? I mean, I kind of remember. I forgot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like when was this guy the Speaker? I just can't. I just can't remember a time when Nancy Pelosi wasn't the Speaker of the House. It's so weird. And there they all are. I mean, this guy. I remember this. Now I remember this guy. What a loser! Look at his face. And that's Newt Gingrich, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know he was still alive. So
yeah, old leave your wife while she's died of cancer. Newt Gingrich.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah. There's been some pretty awful speakers of the House. As a matter of fact, here's one. This guy's James Orr. He was a speaker in like the 1800s. And they took his picture down on Juneteenth. Why? Because he used to drive around in this. Wish I was kidding, but apparently that's, I mean, obviously he didn't have that car, but he had Confederate ties, so they just took him down for Juneteenth, and I guess he's back up. Come on, people, get with the program. What are we going to do? Just this is what happened. What are you going to do? Let's move on. Try and get it better. But don't take the flag off the General Lee, for Christ's sakes. People,
those four boys are at it again.
Those Duke boys are going to be in big trouble.
That James Orr got himself on a real bucket of syrup this time.
Oh, Anonymous. Well, you'll see. I have a picture of my car coming up, and thank you. That's a very sexy thing to say. I don't know why. So, as you know, this is Prince Harry and Meghan, who looks amazing here. She was being honored for Women of Vision, whatever. And as you may or may not know, they were telling the media that they were involved in a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. You understand? They were at the Ziegfeld, whatever that is now. It used to be a theater. It's on 54th Street, Manhattan, 6th Avenue. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's what they told the media. They were in a big 2-hour high-speed car chase. As you all know, have been listening to the show over the past few years, this here, can you see my arrow?
Yeah.
Is the Ziegfeld Theater. This is my parking garage. I don't know how many times I've mentioned that my parking garage is in a world of shit. I can't get out of that car. If you're telling me that they were able to do a 2-hour chase without stopping at a light or anything around this area, you're nuts. That's got to be bullshit. I'd love to have a 2-hour chase with no traffic. Are you kidding me? You know how difficult it is for me to get my car out of this fucking neighborhood. You're near the city center where I saw Oliver. You're near Carnegie Hall. Here's where I drink. I mean, Central. I mean, come on. Unless you're going to Central Park, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Nobody wants to see you in a high car chase. We get upset about your mom, and I get all that, but come on, this is ridiculous. Well, Anonymous, I'm on Team Meghan when I see that picture. She is stunning. God damn. I mean, I could definitely see leaving everything for her. It's just, then you think of this, and then you're like, well, I don't know. I don't know whether you guys saw that South Park episode, but it's just, I can't stop thinking about it. It's just so brilliant. If you saw it, then they're on the Respect Our Privacy tour. Have you seen it? Mike, did you see it?
No, I haven't seen the last 2 seasons.
You got to see this particular episode. It's so good. Meghan and Harry they move into South Park, and they're on the Leave Us Alone Privacy tour, and you can see his drums are out here. They're like, respect our privacy. And it's just, it's a great statement. But this is my car, by the way, Anonymous, if you want to, you know what I'm talking about. All right. We'll bring Mike along, too. This is Steve-O from Jackass throwing out the first pitch at the San Diego Padres game. Does this guy always deliver or what? He's shooting fire out of his mouth. It's a total stunt. Everybody loved it, like or anything. And People loved it. It was great. It's funny when you see it, it's not as exciting for some reason, but the idea is brilliant. You know how boring it is when people throw out the first pitch. This guy gets it. I like Steve-O and I love Jackass, and I'm a huge Johnny Knoxville fan. He is a genius. But I got to tell you, I'd be terrified to hang out with this guy. he's a bit much, man, but he brings it to the throwing out the first pitch. That's pretty cool. This is, well, these are our Navy boys. What they do is they, every year, the freshmen climb up this pole. What do they call plebes? Apparently, I guess. Am I saying that right? I don't know. They're first-year Navy guys, and they're supposed to climb up this pole that's filled with grease, like shortening, like Crisco. And they have a private's hat up there, and they have to replace it with the captain's hat. And I guess what it is it's not. I don't think it's a race to get up there. I think it's supposed to represent teamwork. Yeah. Right, anonymous. Yeah, it's not homo. I wish Scotty Gornstein was here. He'd be like, oh my God.
Just start playing with the boys in the background.
Right. Liza and that guy's going to have a major orgasm. But yeah, you're supposed to replace it with a captain's hat, and I guess it's supposed to be about teamwork. But yeah, I think there's girls in there too, but I don't see how they'd be topless. So I don't know. Marcy looks like a Billy Joel video. She's so right. Mike, I don't know whether you know, but if every Billy Joel video is just full of gay guys, it's so shirtless men. It's this. He has no girl besides the one with Christy Brinkley, and still that's questionable.
He just pack of dudes he has to sing to her.
What?
That's when he has a pack of men singing to her with him.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's Allentown is just a complete gay man's dream. It's just shirtless guys, with a sledgehammer, working in the coal mines or something. His choice of what he did in the 80s in music video was the opposite of everyone else. Very odd. Oh, well, this guy, I don't know whether you heard of this, but the World Dancing Federation had a breaking championship, breakdancing, and they had it around the globe this week, and they're all trying to qualify for Paris in 2024 for a breakdancing competition. I didn't even know it was still a thing. As you can see, here's the European Breaking Championship. This one was in Africa. And yeah, this is I think that's a boy, because I didn't see any girls in the breaking competition. And if you watch some of the videos, it's fantastic. I mean, it's great. I don't know why it's actually not this popular again when you're doing Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. And Jesus Christ. And this was, that movie, because it's named who, the girl?
Yeah, Kid Kelly or whatever her name was.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know she was like a quote star.
I mean, she started Breaking 1 and 2.
Oh, well, yeah. But it's actually named after Michael Boogaloo Shrimp Chambers. Everybody always wonders. But then I think it became some sort of bad term.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Well, that was during the last election and all that.
Yeah, right. During the last election, right? The Boogies or something, and it was taken from this. So the guy that directed that movie was upset because he always thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That he directed Electric Boogaloo, Breaking Electric Boogaloo 2.
Part 2 is the one where Turbo dances in the rotating room.
You know what? I don't, and I want to watch both those movies again, because after I watched the championship competition, it was, is that, what, a week late? You might be right, because I saw it on the Olympics official YouTube channel. So maybe that's what the thing is. Oh, so you're saying it's an Olympic sport now. Well, you know what? It should be, because it's really good. These guys are really, you see this. I don't know what this guy's, that's amazing. But Yeah, it's like
Or
gymnastics.
he slipped on a banana peel.
Right. It's either one or the other. But if it is, oh, that's why they're saying Paris 20. I just figured it out. Okay, that's where the Summer Olympics are. Okay, I get it
have,
now. I get
have you
it. So they're all qualifying.
have you seen other breaking movies?
No.
The first one has like the guy on the right. His name is Turbo, and he's supposed to be like the. He has like a weird scene in the first one where he dances with a broom.
Like Fred Astaire.
Yeah, I guess. I can't remember the way Turbo does it, but in part two, he dances in a rotating room. I think before Lionel Richie
Like
did
Fred
it.
Astaire did. No, Fred Astaire did all that.
I know, but he used the same type of rotating room that.
Right, Lionel Richie and Dancing on the Ceiling. I know, but
Yeah.
that was taken from the Fred Astaire Royal Wedding movie.
Oh, okay. Does
So
Fred Astaire have this cool scene where they do an upside down shot from the skylight?
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's Fred Astaire Royal Wedding. It's
wow. I didn't know that.
Everybody has copied that. Like even Billie Eilish did it on Saturday Night Live, the rotating room, so it looks like you're dancing on the ceiling.
Right.
Directed by I think Stanley Donen, who, as you know, directed Blame It on Rio with that 17-year-old girl that's just always naked in the movie and has sex with Michael Caine.
Well, that's not the crazy part about Breaking 2. The crazy part is at one point Turbo asked the guy on the left how to talk to women.
Yeah.
And for some reason he has like a weird like doll of the girl in the middle that they use as like a dancing partner. That's and awesome. I saw it recently and I was like, this is the craziest thing in the world. I'll pull it up when we're done with this part.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now I want to see both those movies. I think I need to. Just like what I did in Hurricane Sandy, and I watched the entire 5 parts of Bring It On. And cue my Michael Caine impression. Exactly. Now, Stanley, I want you to know that I'd like to do Breaking 3. And this, of course, the Australian Fashion Week. We love showing these things. Some of these aren't way out. Well, this one is, but some of these make sense. Looks like a nice place. Might be outdoors. Looks like a fun time. But this is in Cannes, right? Cannes Festival? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yep.
Does anyone know who this is? I did not know, and I want to take guesses.
I thought it was
I believe you will be shocked. What?
I thought it was Salma Hayek till you zoomed in.
It is Salma Hayek.
Oh, okay.
I would not have guessed that. I thought she was Asian.
Okay.
This is also Salma Hayek. It just doesn't look like her.
How about the angles?
Well, this is Who Wore It Best. Salma Hayek or Livy, a Morky. Or Who Wore It Best? Miley Joe, a Chorky, or Rihanna. And finally, Who Wore It Best? Dua Lipa or Lay, a Pomeranian. I'm going to say in this one, the Pomeranian clearly wore it best. And quite frankly, this one, it just doesn't look like Salma Hayek to me. I was surprised you got it right away.
No.
Aaron, you think she had plastic surgery? Maybe. But she still looks amazing. Yeah, her dressing she looks great. I mean, her body is amazing. Her face just doesn't look like Salma Hayek to me. What?
Anonymous is asking if I coordinate my outfits with my dog, and right now we're both not wearing pants. So yeah.
I didn't know you had a dog. How come you never brought him on the show?
You said my dog. One, I have showed my dog on the show before. That's not my dog. That's my dog. But
oh,
and you said you did not. You were not a fan. Was the first thing you said. Yeah, but I brought her up several times.
Oh, well, this is a horse. These are like these Icelandic horses. They're on like this German stud farm, but they just remind me of this guy. What happened to this guy? Remember how famous he was in like the 90s?
Yeah.
This is the saddest and hilarious thing, kind of like that guy with the ducks. It's a little better, but this girl is escaping a big cyclone that was in Burma last week. They're evacuating, but in a rickshaw. And if it's just funny because I'm like, how are you going to get far enough from a cyclone in a rickshaw? I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just like, I don't know whether it
with the sidecar.
I don't know if it pays to leave. I don't know how far you're going to get.
Well, there's no traffic.
Well, that's true, but it's just I just feel like you're not going to get far enough in a rickshaw. I don't know. I feel like it'd be better to just go to a place and get cover.
I don't think that's a rickshaw. I think that's a tuk-tuk.
That what?
Isn't that all right? What are those called? Those Asian motorcycle cabs?
I thought they were called rickshaws.
No, the rickshaws are the carts that are pulled by a guy.
Oh, right. Well, this is a rickshaw, but at least they put a lot of stuff in there. I guess. I don't know. Thank you, Anonymous. These are migrants in Texas who are clearly getting the message from God that they better go back. I think it looks nice there. But this is the weird one, that these guys are turning themselves in Texas as migrants. But it's funny because it looks like from where they are, they would have gotten away with it. Like if they're already in Texas and they're on this quiet street, I'm not sure how they turned themselves in. I feel like they made it. They're just like on the highway and they got through the bad part. I feel bad. But it does look like a pleasant night. I don't know, New York City sucks. That's what I'm saying. So this is a Sky High yoga class where you might remember this is the Edge. You might remember that me and Sophia last week were there. This was my modeling picture from that exact place. Not actually doing yoga, but it's
our guest from last week.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Our guest from last week, pretty Sophia. That looks cool though. It's all girls. I should have gone. That is my modeling pic, Anonymous. Does anybody know where this is in America? Or in the world? What I meant to say was, no. That's the Empire State Building.
I was wondering if that's what it was. I didn't know what the other building was.
Well, that's the thing. It's taken from Jersey City.
Oh,
so yeah, isn't that a cool picture?
Yeah,
it looks like it's somewhere else, like somewhere in the somewhere in Asia or something like that. But it's just taken from Jersey City, the Empire State Building, whatever building that is. Thought that's kind of, I love that kind of stuff. Oh, Angela, nice. Yeah, you did nail it. And this is in Bangkok. They're having an election, and Spider-Man saying, "Get out the vote." And see, their elections look fun, all outdoors and everything. I like that. I have to go to a disgusting school down in on 21st Street, which is gross, or the one on 56th Street, quite frankly, is all horrible. And this is the Turkish presidential candidate. They're having a runoff. They tied, so this is one of the candidates, I guess, with his son. And does anybody know what my next picture is going to be, since the kid is wearing that jacket? Spike. We've been talking about him lately. Spike Fonzarelli. So, yeah.
He was only on in the first couple seasons, right?
Yeah, and then he went the way of the brother in in the Cunningham family.
Yeah, then they brought in Chachi later on.
Right, and
Chachi made more sense than Spike,
apparently. Well, it's funny because they both like Joni.
Yeah,
and then they were like, "Nah, this isn't working." And it's kind of funny when you think like this didn't work, but for some reason Scott Baio did, and but he was great. I mean, Scott Baio was awesome. I mean, he was really good as Chachi. Quite frankly, he was good as Charles in Charge too.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Oh, well, this is the tuk-tuk I was talking about.
Oh, Well, see, if you're in that and it's running on electricity, you have a chance.
Those are most like
I thought they were pedaling.
modified versions of these.
But if they said they were in a rickshaw, like where somebody's pulling it, I don't know how far you're going to outrun a cyclone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Henry Winkler is the greatest. Everybody knows that.
Oh,
he sure did, Elizabeth. My God, he was so good. All right, Anonymous, you're welcome to join me in my car. Oh, that's the dummy.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be that girl.
Size. I mean, they don't mention that it's dressed like her, but it's dressed just like the girl character.
That is awesome.
He just has hanging around in his room.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch that movie now. I'm having some trouble.
The movie is crazy. It's worth watching.
I would have sex with that doll. I mean, that whatever. Yeah,
but I think this is what you guys really were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, yep. That's Allentown, Billy. What the fuck? When every video was just girls in, skirts. Why Billy Joel would? And it's like we could forgive this if it was only this video that he did this in, where he just has men shirtless. But we must have at this point on the Billy Joel podcast talked about 3 or 4 videos where he has shirtless men in all of them. It's very odd, right, Marcy? I mean, it's very, very odd, especially in the 80s when it was only about having girls in videos. Yeah, so we weren't crazy. No. We know he has female fans, Liz, but that's just not the way MTV worked back then, and you know it.
What does that video remind you of, Dave?
The Allentown one?
Yeah.
The Simpsons episode with that?
We work hard.
Is that what you're talking about? Yes. Yeah. All right. We are in sync. I knew it. Yes.
You brought me to a gay steel mill?
Right. That's the one with John Waters, right?
Yeah.
Because he's Homer's afraid Bart's turning gay. Yeah. That's great. It's fucking awesome. Simpsons are the best. Oh, well, that's our show for this evening. Boy, I had a lot of fun tonight. It was it's funny, Mike. I love being in the studio with you. I love it. It's so much fun. It's so comfortable there. I love having a guest. But it's also fun to be back home and do it this way too,
Yeah.
I like doing both.
Me too.
So we'll be here for the next 2 weeks. Mike comes back in 3. So we'll start the summer off here at our perspective. Why am I not getting this right? Homes. How's that pronounced? Respective homes. I don't know what my problem is. Amazon delivered some. What did I just get? Is it a pair of pants? I can't remember. I just ordered something. Oh, I know what it was. It was SpaghettiOs. Sorry, I just had them last night.
Oh,
it was fantastic. The big 22-ounce cans, not the ones for men. Not for little boys.
Put the stove and eat out of it.
I get the ones with the meatballs. It's just fantastic. Put some cheese over it, some onions. It's nice.
I got a pineapple core.
What?
Today a pineapple core.
That's what you ate?
No, I mean a tool.
Oh, you got a pineapple core. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had those. It's a separate core, like it's different than an apple one?
I mean it's bigger than what we use for an apple. Let me bring it up.
I've never actually made anything with not beefarino, Barry, like Kramer fed those horses, but I would have eaten that. I also got the Chef Boyardee spaghetti, and that looks awesome. Oh, it really takes it. Oh, that looks delicious. That's making my mouth water.
Yeah, it slices it while you're turning it too.
So slices and dices. So that looks good. You know what?
And it's slicing the rings.
During COVID, when I was making these dinners, what was I doing? Meal prep. I made this barbecue chicken and I put a slice of pineapple on it. It was delicious. I don't know why I don't do that again.
It's good.
Yeah, pineapple.
The acid does something to the meat that makes it tender.
I like putting pineapple on a hamburger, but I don't know if I like it on pizza. Oh, the Hawaiian pizza.
I've had it with ham for a while. Like my ex-wife was really into it, and then we both decided it's terrible.
Yeah. I've had it too with the ham.
Yeah,
and it was good twice, and then I never wanted to have it again. Isn't that funny? Yeah, yeah. Maybe. Well, now I feel like I'm going to order it now.
How many? I started eating more pineapple because, as you're supposed to have it to prevent blood clots as you get older.
Is that right?
So that's what my roommate's doctor told him.
Can you eat the ones out of a can?
I'm sure.
Is that as effective? Because I like those. Like,
it's just cheaper to buy a pineapple for like $2 than buy a can, I guess.
Oh, that sounds good. Maybe I will have one of those tonight. But anyway, this is we'll be at home for the next couple of weeks. So thank you for joining us as always. We're all virtual now. And Mike, what do you got coming up?
If you're watching live on Thursday, I'll be at San Antonio's Laugh Out Loud doing their Best of LOL showcase. I will be at the beginning of July at the House of Comedy in Plano, Texas, with Sean Donnelly, and doing Hatem's Room on some Saturday coming up in July.
Yeah, so this new room that Mike and I are going to be, I will be hosting every Saturday night in New Jersey. I'm not even sure where it is yet, but it starts this Saturday. It's in Rutherford, New Jersey. I don't really know that much about it, so I'll report back next week how it is or what it is. But yes, every Saturday night I'll be hosting this room, and Mike's going to be playing there, and a lot of our other friends, and that's our new gig, and of course Tuesdays at the Comedy Cellar. So next week again will be virtual. Billy Joel this week. We have the Stranger album wrap up, which would normally be stupid, but we have Paul Lauren, of course, who's a friend of this show, who plays a lot of the songs on it, and his piano obviously is amazing. So that'll be fun. Other than that, yeah, it's just got a gig this Saturday, and I'll tell you more about that next week. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, a week late. And Liz and everybody, thank you so much. Catalina told me she was going to be away today. I don't remember why she told me why. It's not bad news. It's all good stuff. And yes, the Sarah Silverman special is called Someone You Love. And believe me, I had a hand in that one. You should see the one she wanted to choose as her title. So I think one of them was Hitler's book, My Struggle. So like, I don't know if that's such a great idea. But anyway,
retrospective promenade this week. We watched Happy, Texas.
Happy?
I've
heard of that. What is that?
It's hard to describe. I was like two criminals pretending to be hairdressers in a pageant organizer. But it's really good.
All right, yeah. Marcy, I think Sarah's special airs this weekend on HBO. And otherwise, we'll see everybody next week on the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. We'll see you the Tuesday right after.